Learners, welcome to IoT Design and Applications. In this lecture 3 of week number 4, we are going to see in detail about the 6LoWPAN. What is 6LoWPAN and what are the different features, what is the packet structure and other things that we are going to do. So 6LoWPAN means in general we call it as IP version 6 over the WPAN. So WPAN means wireless personal area networks. So this called as WPAN. So IP version 6 means Internet Protocol version 6. So now why we need this IP? So IP over 802.15.4. So this is on the physical layer and the data link layer, PHY on the data link layer, IP on the network layer. So IP over 802.15.4, what are the different features? It is using the existing infrastructure. IP based technologies were already existing, so because we don't need any new protocol for handling the network layer, so already we have IP, so we can use it. Open free available specifications versus closed solutions. So we have IP, everything is open and freely available. Tools for diagnostics are there, management already existing in IP. So IP can be monitored, can be diagnosed, can be managed very easily by ICMP and other protocols. So that is one advantage. IP based networks can readily be connected to other IP based networks without the need of any gateways. So even without a gateways or a routers, we can able to connect one IP to another IP very easily. So because of these reasons, IP can be over this 802.1.4 will be seamless. So that's what the first step towards this 6LoWPAN. Next thing is the challenges of 6LoWPAN. So what are the different challenges for going with 6LoWPAN? So main thing, first thing is header size calculation. So header size means, see, any packet in the network layer, whether you take a physical layer, application layer, data link layer, session layer, presentation layer, everywhere there are some protocols. Every protocol has a header. So after the headers only the main packets and other packets will be coming up. Similarly here in 6LoWPAN the main challenge is the header size calculation. What happens is, as we have already seen that 127 octets are being used in ZigBee and IP is using 1280 octets. So IP version 6 is using 1280 octets. Octets means it is in a group of 8. So 8 bits means one octet will become 8 bits. So in that case 1280 bytes. Similarly 127 bytes as we have discussed earlier. Now here IP version 6 header is 40 octets. So 40 octets means 40 bytes is needed for IP version 6 header. UDP header is 8 bytes. UDP header is needed. 802.15.4 MAC header can be up to 25 octets. So this medium access control header. So please remember we are considering only about the header, not about the main packets. So this header is 25 octets without any security, or 25 plus 21. 21 will be for security. Totally 46 bytes will be for AES CCM 128-bit encryption. So we need 25 octets for no security and 46 octets for AES encryption. So that means that 25 for no security and 46 for AES encryption, 128-bit AES encryption. Now with the 802.15.4 frame size of 127 octets, as we have seen 127 octets, we have 127 minus 25 minus 40 minus 8 equal to 54 octets. So without any security, the payload means remaining bytes available for use is payload. Remaining bytes is 54 octets are been there. So that means the application can use 54 bytes. But in case if I want a security AES, in that case then remaining octets are 33 octets. So that means that in the 6LoWPAN I can be sending only 33 bytes of data if I want a 128-bit AES encryption. Without any security I can use up to 54 bytes. So this is what the main challenge in 6LoWPAN. How we can overcome this? That's what we are going to see in the next slides. So IP version 6 requires that link support a maximum transfer unit of 1280 octets. So MTU means maximum transfer unit. So otherwise we called as payload. Payload means how much this protocol can lift, or how much weight the protocol can carry. So that's why we call MTU, maximum transfer unit is 1280 octets. Link layer fragmentation and reassembly is needed. So that means that at the data link layer we have to have fragmentation and reassembly. So that means that once it is fragmented, after that it has to be reassembled. All the fragments has to be combined together. So we need both these things in the IP version 6. Now in the 6LoWPAN overview, the 6LoWPAN protocol is an adaptation layer following to transport IP version packets over 802.15.4. So as we have seen, it is a network layer here. Here we have IPv6 and here we have DL, data link layer, and here we have PHY layer. So PHY. So here it is 15.4, 802.15.4, and this IP version 6 packet has to go here. So in that case, we need some buffer here. So this buffer we call it as 6LoWPAN. This also we have already discussed. So IP version 6 over data link will be happening via this. This is called as adaptation layer. Okay, so this is why we need an adaptation layer here. It uses 802.15.4 in unslotted CSMA CA, that is collision avoidance. Strongly suggests beacons for ring layer device discovery. Okay, it is based on CSMA and CA. That means that many number of devices can able to send packet at once, and there is a collision avoidance technique is there. So it's based on the standard of 2003 802.15.4. Fragmentation reassembly of IP version 6 packets also will be possible. Compression of IP version 6 and UDP ICMP headers also there. Mesh routing support is there, and low processing storage cost. So these are the different things that 6LoWPAN can hold. So in case if you want to read more about 6LoWPAN, you can go to the documentation of IETF 6LoWPAN documentation. You will get more information. Now the dispatch codes. So now when you see the 6LoWPAN header structure, we have something like dispatch codes. All LoWPAN encapsulated datagrams are prefixed by an encapsulation header stack. So everything will be having a header stack like in binary digits. Each header in the stack starts with a header type field followed by 0 or more header fields. So this is what happened in the dispatch codes. So after the dispatch codes only, the regular codes will be going inside the 6LoWPAN headers. Now what are the different dispatch codes? See, now for example, you see 00, the pattern is any XX, I mean don't care, in that case it is a not a LoWPAN packet. So when the first two 0 are detected, then it understands that it is not a LoWPAN packet. So that means that it is not coming from the adaptation layer. Now first two bits are zeros and 1. In that case, then we have further bits are possible here. Now when you see the last one bit is 1, it is IP version 6 packet. Uncompressed IP version 6 addresses. Then 0 1, then if it is 1 0 means, then we have 6LoWPAN header compressed HC1, that is HC1 is header compression number 1. Next again 0 1, then again 0 1 again, so we have broadcast header. So likewise, then 0 1 again, all ones, then it is the additional dispatch octet follows. That means that extra one more dispatch code will be following besides that. Then 1 0 means it is for mesh, and 1 1 means it is for fragmentation, and 1 1 for again fragmentation. So first fragmentation will be on all the 3 zeros, then the subsequent fragmentation will be on 1 00. So these are the dispatch codes of 6LoWPAN. So according to the dispatch codes only, the adaptation layer will handle all the packets arriving at its destination. Okay, so now we can see that the dispatch code 01, you can see 01 000 001. So this is what the dispatch code. So in this case, what we can do is this value IP version 6. So this value only we are going to see now in IP version 6. Now what it here happens is first preamble, okay, as everything do, and here 802.5.4 maximum MAC header is around maximum 23 or up to 44 we can go for. Then dispatch codes 1 here. 1 means these are all 1 octet. 1 octet means 1 byte. So 1 byte means we have totally 8 bits. Now this value only going here now. Okay. Then uncompressed IP version 6 header. Now when this dispatch code is this value, that means what? 40 bytes of uncompressed IP version 6 header will be going. So that's what here 40. Just count the number of things, and then after that we have UDP because we need a transport layer also. So UDP of 8 bytes. Then remaining payload. So if 23 is used, we have a payload of 54. If 44 used, we have a payload of 33. Okay. Then finally we are ending it. That is the frame structure. We are ending it. Now this is where we have it. up to 54 or 33 octets left for payload with the maximum size factor with null or AES N28 encryption. So that means that 23 for without any security, 44 for AES encryption. So this is how the way the uncompressed 6LoWPAN happens. Now because of the IPv6 is uncompressed, what we are getting the payload is only up to 33 bytes with security and 54 bytes without security. Now how can we compress the, if we compress IPv6, what happens? That's what next. Now in this case compressed one. So in this compressed one, what happens is, see, now we are going for 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 here. I will go with 1 0. Now in the 1 0 here, this value, that is 6LoWPAN HC1, header compression number 1. Now in this case, what happens is preamble. So these are maximum 128 octets here, preamble. Now maximum 123 and 44 with security, without security. Now we have a dispatch code of 1 byte, then HC1 for 1 byte, then IPv6 for 1 byte. So the totally we have 3 octets gone here. So that means that 1 byte for dispatch code. So this dispatch code 1 byte. Next thing is what is the header compression, then IPv6, then UDP of 8 bytes. Please see that IPv6 headers are not included here because that's a compression now happening. So in that case, what happened? The payload of 72 to 91. So 71 means with the security, 92 means no security. Here with AES. That's what happened here. Similarly, here below that we have next level of compression. So DSP, dispatch code, HC1, HC2, IPv6, UDP. In that case, we are getting 97 and 76. 76 with AES encryption and 97 with no security. So this way it happens. So here the UDP has just only 3 bytes, but here we have 8 bytes. So remaining 5 bytes we are allocating for the payload. So this is what happens with the compression in the 6LoWPAN. So dispatch code is indicates HC1 compression. HC1 compression may indicate HC2 compression follows because the second level of compression. This shows the maximum compression achievable for linked local addresses. So that means that linked local address means it is not on the global address. That means it is not on the internet, maybe on the local network. Okay. Any non-compressible header fields are carried after the HC1 or HC2 tags partial compression. So after anything is coming, it's called as partial compression. So that means what? Without security, either we can get 97 or 92. With security, we can able to get either 76 or 71. Okay. So that is what here the compression happens at the 6LoWPAN. So that's why we call this as an adaptation layer. Now here how the compression happens, what are the principles behind it? Omit any header fields that can be calculated from the context, send the remaining fields unmodified. So omit all the header fields whichever is not necessary. Nodes do not have to maintain compression state. That is whatever kind of compression happens, they need not maintain the state of it. So that means stateless compression. So in the next time when it compresses, it doesn't need to know the previous state of compression. So that's why we maintain this stateless compression. Support arbitrary combinations of compressed, uncompressed header fields. So this is in the compression principle. Next thing is fragmentation and reassembly. Now everything is fragmented. Now it is coming to the data link layer. See, now whatever we have seen is from the IPv6 to 6LoWPAN. Now we are from the 6LoWPAN, we are coming to data link. I mean bottommost layer we are going for. In that case, what happens? IPv6 packets to large to fit into single frame are fragmented. A first fragment carries a header that includes a datagram size 11 bits and datagram tag 16 bits. So totally around 27 bits will be used. Next thing is subsequent fragments carry a header that includes the datagram size, the datagram tag and the offset. Again 8 bits are used. Time limit for reassembly is 60 seconds. So reassembling the packet will be for 60 seconds. Since IoT is a little bit of slow network, so 60 seconds will be the time given for the reassembly. Now we can see this fragmentation. What happens is, again we have 802 MAC header is 23 or 44 with security, without security. First fragment 4 octets, then dispatch code, header compression 1, compression 2, IPv6, UDP 3. So remaining is the total payload. This is for the frag 1 means it's for the first fragment. Subsequent fragment, what we do is we use frag n. So frag n means how many things. So here we are totally using 5. So remaining things are we are using for the payload. So this is how the way the fragmentation reassembly will be happening. Okay. So in short, we can see that IPv6 over this and 6LoWPAN. So without, this is without 6LoWPAN and this is with 6LoWPAN. So there are two diagrams. to explain you in a single slide. Now you can see these blue color packets are 802.15.4 framing. This orange color packets are IP version 6 headers. This green color are TCP UDP headers. This violet colors are for payload, and this color again for the 802.11 framing, and the green color will be for dispatch header. So dispatch is here only in the 6LoWPAN, it is on the dispatch header, and finally fragment header is on this. Here only we have fragment. Okay, now we can see here first thing here is 23 bytes here, then 21 bytes, then 40 bytes, then 8 bytes, total only 33 bytes. 33 bytes with encryption, because we are having encryption over here, because we have similarly here AES address 21 bytes, this 23, IP version 6, and TCP is 20 bytes, and the payload is just 21 bytes. In case if you are using TCP, you will get only 21 bytes remaining for the payload. In case of UDP, you will get up to 33 bytes. This is for added encryption of AES. Okay, so AES encryption you will get it. In the case of 6LoWPAN, so this is without 6LoWPAN. Now in the case of 6LoWPAN, we have 23 bytes, 21 is 46. Again we have with security. Then 2 to 7 bytes for the dispatch codes. So we need only 1 byte also fine. IP version 6, this also comes along with 2 to 7 bytes, including the dispatch code. Dispatch code is usually only 1 byte, and this remaining 6 bytes for IP version 6, UDP 4 bytes. Totally we are getting a payload of 70 to 75 bytes. Let's say 70 bytes minimum will have it. Okay, then again in the next case here, same way, here we have a fragmented data. So fragmentation will be around 4 bytes, then 2 to 3 bytes again for 1 byte for this dispatch code, another dispatch code, IP version 6 again some 5 bytes, 4 bytes, and we are getting a minimum of 65 bytes for 6LoWPAN encryption. So that means that every time we are getting 65 to 70 bytes with AES encryption for sending the payload. So this way the IP version 6 packets are been compressed and sent to over the adaptation layer. Okay, so hope I think you would have understand about the 6LoWPAN. In case if you want to read more about it, maybe you can read the document of IETF. As I said earlier, IETF document of 6LoWPAN you can learn.